Metal detecting never ceases to amaze me. Well, welcome to Finding America. It is really nice to see you here. Well, first off, let me just say Merry Christmas to everyone. And I wanted to also thank everyone for their patience during my 2-week hiatus. It's been a really terrible time of late. But one thing is always for sure. The Christmas season is always here to help lift us up. Well, while I am still having to deal with things, I did manage to get out and get some metal detecting in, which was definitely a very welcome respite. I was able to get to a spot where an old Civil War camp once was, and then a 1700's home, and I even got to spend a day out in the woods detecting with Chris. Well, first off, I ended up going to the woods where I'd found some very cool Civil War relics in the past, and my Minelab Manticore helped me find a few more that have been eluding me. Well, I'm out here on the side of this hill in the woods at an old Civil War spot that I've hunted for years. But I haven't been out here with the Manticore, so I thought, let's give it a shot. Mostly digging 22 shells and casings right now. Mostly bird hunters out here in the woods. And I got a pretty big iron target here, and it's actually kind of cool, so I decided to go ahead and film it. Not exactly what I'm after here, but yeah, that dates into the 1800s. That's a door latch or door lock assembly, and that's a surface mounted one. You can see where the hand of a knob would have gone through. So pretty cool piece. Not quite old enough what I'm looking for, but I'm gonna keep on going and just have some fun out here, see if I get a few signals. Well, this one was giving me a dead on 70 signal, and I thought, well, probably a wheat, and I was right. Not too shabby. Got a little 42 Philadelphia wheat. Not too bad a condition either. Well, I'm still meandering my way around this hillside here, digging all kinds of things, mostly 22s and 22 shells. I just can't leave them in the ground. I'm afraid it's going to be that $1 gold coin or something. But I got a signal that I've been hoping to get out here. It was a 5152, which is pretty much what we get when we find some Civil War lead. So it said it was about 5 inches down. I dug it out. I said it was in my dirt out of the hole, and sure enough, check this out. Yeah, look at that. Let's see. Wow, I'm not quite sure what this is. Definitely Civil War lead, but I don't know what type. I think I see a couple of rings on it. We've dug a lot of burn sites out of here, and 3 ringers, and pretty cool though. It feels good when you finally get a piece of lead out here, and I'm thrilled. Yep, first Civil War lead of the winter season. I'll tell you, there's not much more I love more than being out in the woods. And yeah, we're finally above freezing, so it's getting more tolerable. I'm definitely layered up today. I was in shorts last week. But this one gave me a 33 signal down to a 31, right around that area. And yeah, got it out and I got something pretty cool. Looks like a fired pistol ball. So I will definitely take that. Not too shabby. I tell you, getting a signal out of here is a chore. And I've been pretty pleased with what I've been able to get so far out here with the Manticore. Well, after a couple hours spent in the woods, I decided to move on. While I was out there, I kept thinking about another spot that I hadn't taken the Manticore to yet, and I really wanted to. It's a site of a 1700s home. Some of you may remember it as being the home of the Twisted Tree. I've done a lot of videos from there, found a lot of amazing things, but one thing I hadn't done yet was take the Manticore there to see what it might find. So I headed out to get over there before it got too late. Well, this one was giving me a pretty decent signal, and it was deep. And I finally got down to it. Well, this is a nice little welcome back. Check this out, all the way down there. See that? Yeah, chances are that's a railroad spike. That's crazy. I'd say it's about 8 inches down. See if I can pull it out. I just saw the end. Oh, heck yeah. Check that out. There you go. You know, they just follow me everywhere, or I stalk them. I don't know. But I do end up finding quite a few of them. And, yep, it's that time. Time for an awesome train pick. Well, I was in the area, and I thought, you know, I gotta come back to this place. It's so beautiful, and got this cute little girl keeping me company here. And I figured since I had the Manticore, what the heck, I'm gonna come out here. Now, Chris and I have hunted the heck out of this. We found awesome things. Pre-Civil War, Civil War, even got to see the dime up there, all kinds of cool stuff. So, been pounded pretty hard. I think the last time I was out here I had the 900, so the first time with the Manticore and the M9. And one thing I'm doing here, there's a lot of irons, and I'm running it in open horseshoe, so all metal. And of course the fast program and the two-tone audio theme. But one other thing I did is I went ahead and lowered the volume of the Ferris signals. I put the Ferris volume at 1, so it barely makes a sound. And I run it in all metal and pick things out. Now this one was giving me a 17-18 signal. Now, a lot of people wouldn't dig that, but I just dig it all, and I'm glad I did because this looks kind of interesting. I have no idea what it is, but I wanted to show it to you. Pretty cool. It looks old, and I'm hoping it's something interesting, so I grabbed the camera. I figured we'd check it out together. Wow, maybe some kind of a pendant or tag. Wow, check that out. That was worth digging. 17-18. That's a very low signal. I'd say it was about 8 inches. Oh, it's got something on it. It says return to send. I don't know, return to owner. Might be one of those key tags from the 30s or something, if your keys are lost. Tell you what, let me get it sprayed, get it brushed off, and we'll see what it is. But what a great find. It's amazing. I'll tell you, Manticore never ceases to amaze me. Well, this is a great piece. It says, if keys are lost, return to address on reverse side. I think it says on reversed side. And it has a number here. And I think it says E. Blankstein agents will identify owner by number. And it has a address on the bottom that they can send it to, and they will return the owner's keys to them. So I just dropped these in the mailbox, but this is a really old one. I'd say it's definitely 30s, possibly 20s, but very cool. I'll have to look the E. Blankstein agents up, but I definitely like that, and hey, that's not bad. Got this right off the bat. Getting a little closer to the original old chimney of this place, and the signals are like everywhere. I'm digging quite a bit, and that's great because I absolutely love this place. And this one was giving me a 44. Nice, repeatable, but deep. I'd say about 9 inches. And I cleaned it out and said it was still down the hole, and I think I just broke it loose. Well, I know I did. But check this out. It looks like it's going to be an old lantern burner. You can see the adjuster for the wick. Yeah, check that out. Let's hope there's some writing or patent date on this. Very cool. We'll have to get that cleaned up later. Pretty fragile right now, but that is definitely an oldie. Well, I'm telling you, a little surprised that this one was giving me a nice 34 signal. Nice and repeatable, and check it out. I got another one. I don't even know what to say. Well, I guess I do know what to say. Time for another train picture. Well, once again, we have yet another mystery solved this week, thanks to all of you out there watching. You might recall the curious looking iron piece that I found in the last episode. Well, thankfully, Don Mallory, Gary Graham, and Dirt Floor Motors were all watching, and they chimed in at almost the exact same time to let me know that that piece of iron that I'd found was actually a magnet that was part to a magneto that had likely come from a very early automobile. So once again, a huge thank you goes out to everyone that really helped make that mystery find this week's mystery solved. Well, this one was giving me a really nice 24-25 signal. Said it was only about 3-4 inches down, and that's what it was. Yeah, it must have been one I missed in the past, but I got a nice old Jefferson, 1941. So very cool. I will definitely take that. I had my hopes up a little bit. I found a lot of buffaloes and V-nickels in this area. So, but this one gives me hope. There might be another one of those still out here too. Well, I found an area that they'd recently cleared a whole bunch of bushes out of, and there's some ground that I haven't been on before. So I was kind of moseying around here. I dug a few little pieces up, and then I got I'm trying to remember. This was a 35-36 signal. Nice solid signal. So I dug down, threw it up on my drop cloth, and check this out. I think there's a ring. Now I've looked at it. I haven't poked at it too much or pulled it up, but I think it's got an adjustable band, so obviously not going to be any kind of precious metal, especially with those numbers. But yeah, it's definitely. But maybe if I got lucky or something, it could be like a premium ring for a TV show, or who knows. It does look interesting. It definitely has some design on it, so let's find out together. Wow, this looks pretty cool. I think it's going to be like a signet ring, a little initial ring. There you go. That's pretty darn cool. Man, that's old too. It definitely dates back. I bet you this goes back to the 30s. Looks like it has a initial N on it. Would have been something you got out of the bubblegum machine or at a carnival or fair. But I like that. That's very cool. Nice old piece, and probably close to 100 years old. I'll get it cleaned up, get you a good look at it, but I'm definitely happy with that. Well, this one was giving me a 35. Dug down about 4 inches, and yeah, I tell you what, I sure am glad that I have a big supply of cool old train pictures. Well, I'm just sort of bouncing around this property, just digging signals, and there are a lot of them out here. Yeah, you might remember the old twisted tree, the one that got hit by the tornado in the mid-50s. And I've made a lot of videos from this place, and that's why it's so surprising, just all the signals I'm getting now. Now this one I thought was going to be another railroad spike. It was kind of right in that range. I knew it was going to be iron, but as it turns out, it may not look like much, but it's pretty darn cool. Something from the early days of this house with a big old iron serving spoon. That's cool. Check it out. There's a hole where it would have hung in the old kitchen. So that is pretty cool. It's definitely been in the ground a long time. Well, I might have something not far from the nativity scene, and give me a 26 to 28 signal. Said it was still in the hole after I just cut a shallow plug. It wasn't particularly deep, about 4 or 5 inches on the screen, and gave it a pop. And check this out. I see the edge of probably a nickel, but with those numbers, I'm kind of hoping it's a war nickel. I have no idea. Could be a modern nickel. But look at there. Very cool. So grab the camera, we'll find out together. No, it's not. It's, oh my, it's even better. Check it out. It's a token. Wow. Looks like a trade stimulator token. Very cool. Early 1900s into the 40s. I've never found one with that center in it. Usually it's just a round hole, and most of the time it's just a washer. But I actually got a trade stimulator token because I can see the writing. So hopefully it's a winner. Good for a pack of gum or who knows what. Let me get it cleaned up and I'll be right back, but I am absolutely thrilled with that. I love old tokens. Well, I tell you what, this is I'm not sure if this is a trade stimulator token or what. It's very cool. It says 2156 Washington Boulevard, Chicago. I love this little pentagon in the center there. And then over here it says, I think it says Burnham Gum Machine Works. Isn't that crazy? That is really cool. I'm definitely gonna have to look that up and see if that's got any history behind it. But what an awesome piece. Yeah, right when you're least expecting it, get a sweet little token. Still working this property here, and got a kind of a really, not the greatest signal in the world, but it was bouncing in around 28. I dug down and I saw it as soon as I pulled the plug. I don't know what that is, but it looked kind of fancy, so I thought I'd grab the camera and we'd see what this is together. Huh. It's definitely ornate. Oh, you know what this is? This is a very cool find for this time of year, that's for certain. I believe that's going to be the top to a very old Christmas ornament. You can see that right there is where they put the hanger through. And these 4 pieces would have stretched across the top of the glass ball or something. Boy, that's old. Lord knows how old that is, but there you go. Just in time for Christmas. What do you know? Well, I was getting a 50 right among the roots of a little tree here, and I popped it out. I gave it a wipe, just save a little time, but I actually love finding old fuses. Don't know why. Some of them have some really nice early patent numbers, but I like this one. That's a good display piece right there. But it's an Eagle brand. You can see the logo right above it at the top, and yeah, that's pretty cool. I will definitely take that. This is pretty cool. It was giving me a 1819 signal. I'll tell you, this is why I dig it all. I always find something interesting. And of course I found a lot of garbage too, but it's those 1 in 10 or 1 in 20 pieces. I get something really cool. So Really enjoy it. This was an 1819. This is exactly how this thing popped out of the ground. I gave it a little pop with my digger, and check it out. And I was sitting there, I've been bending over looking at it, and I think I know what this is. I think this is a workwear button. I thought maybe it was a nickel, but I'm like, not at those numbers. But I think it's a Big Ben. I think that's what I can make out. Oh yeah, see, it's only the front of the button. I think it's a Big Ben brand. Yeah, you can see it, I think. B-I-G-B-E-N. They share the one big capital B on the left side. So I'll get that cleaned up, but that's a great piece. I found quite a few Big Ben buttons, and they're in the teens into the 30s. So just a great workwear button, and I will definitely take that. I was just kind of working my way down this hill, and I got a 19 signal, nice repeatable signal, and I think I might have something kind of interesting. Check it out. I started cleaning it off. I thought it was just garbage, but then I saw it was something, so I put it in the hole, grabbed the camera. I don't know what you can see, I thought it was like a pull tab. Certainly it looks like one, but check it out. I think it's some kind of a pendant. Isn't that cool? I was certain it was a pull tab when I saw it in the ground, and then boom, it isn't. It's extremely old, and most likely a piece of jewelry of some type. I'm thinking something must have gone in the center of this and maybe suspended from a necklace. But that is awesome. It's really old. So I'll get that cleaned up when I get home. But isn't that something? I'm glad I stopped off here on the way home from the woods and decided to give the Manticore a shot here. But this will probably be my last hole at this place, and I have a feeling I'm going to be coming back. But I've got to get home because in just a day or two I'm going to be meeting up with Chris, and we're going to be hitting the woods again. So I better head out before it gets too dark out here. And yeah, this is a great way to cap it off. Well, as it turned out, Chris and I both needed a bit of mental health metal detecting, and we decided to do one of our favorite Christmas traditions. Head out into the woods to an old Civil War camp that we've hunted for a very long time. And every time we're out there swinging, we always manage to bring back some pretty cool stocking stuffers. Well, we just started, and Chris is down there in the trees. You might be able to see him swinging his machine. He's using the Equinox 900 and the Coiltek 10x5 small coil. And I'm up here using the Manticore and the M9. And I just put my backpack down here. We started getting some signals. So we're working this area. Got like a 22 here. It was kind of iffy, but any signal out here we dig. And it's been over a year since we've been back out here. It's finally cold enough. And it turned out to be a harness ring, about 6-7 inches down. So I'm pretty happy with that. Well, Chris had good news and bad news on this one.
Heartbreaker, man.
As it happens, man.
I'm guessing a general service, but there's an eagle head. But it exploded as soon as it hit the air. But I mean, it's pretty neat. You can still see the gilt in there.
Yeah.
This looks like it says Scoville under there.
Very cool.
Heartbreaker.
See the back of it here.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah, there it is.
Shoot.
Oh well.
Next one will be good.
Hey, at least got something.
Yeah.
Still stuff out here. Well, it is definitely nice and peaceful out here. Not a soul around. And I was just going along just enjoying the relaxation out here. And I got a banging signal. It was like a 33. I'm like, well, that's odd. I mean, it's tough to get signals out here, and to get this one was pretty unreal. Dug down and I finally saw this little piece of iron right here. But all these roots were all intertwined and growing through this section of chain link. Not chain link, but iron chain. But check that out. It's got that at that end. And this one up here. Not quite sure exactly what that was, but it certainly could be Civil War period. We don't have too much cross-contamination in this area. Pretty much everything we pull out of here is Civil War era. So, pretty darn neat. Not sure exactly what that was used for. Maybe some of you guys might have an idea, but I definitely like it, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be period. Well, I'll tell you, Chris and I have been swinging for, what, a couple hours?
I don't even know what time it is.
At
least, though.
I think it's about 1 o'clock. And, it's been really tough out here.
But fun.
Yeah.
Until this makes it even better.
Yeah, I was getting a bit discouraged. And, underneath this, I guess, I don't know if I call it a log, but it's a large branch.
A large twig.
And I was getting a 47. I'm like, I got a real signal. It's like solid and repeatable, and sure as heck, I was like, this has got to be something good. And check it out. Ah, finally.
Looks like a drop variety.
Yeah, it's a big honker. Boy, that's a big one.
Is that an Enfield?
No.
Yeah, I didn't
3-ringer.
Oh,
Yeah, it's just really
pointy.
grimy.
Wow.
Get down to the, yeah, let me see if I can give it a little pants wipe.
That's the last one in 400 square miles.
I'm definitely buckling down here, but
yeah.
What is that, a solid base or a cone? No, that's a cone. Yep, 3-ringer.
Sight for sore eyes. Man.
Union drop, so, oh my gosh.
Awesome.
I've worked hard for this, so has Chris.
Just nice to see.
Chris got his disintegrated button, and I've got a nice little drop here, so. And that cool piece of chain, which I really like that. But that's the way it is out here sometimes. You know, we're just out here.
Feast or famine.
Yeah, it's thick, and every time we come out here, there's new trees that have fallen down. I told him I'd never want to be out here in a windstorm.
No. Or alone, because I wouldn't be able to find my way out.
Oh yeah, it is a thick place. But yeah, we're gonna keep on going, and hey, hopefully we get a few more things. Yeah. Or even one more thing, be all right. Well, this was kind of cool, especially how I found it. This fallen tree right here, the root ball was right here, and I was getting like a 13, so I pushed all these leaves aside, still got it. And it was actually in the dirt that was on top of the old root, and I just kept poking away at it, but it's pretty cool. It looks like a poncho grommet for an old rain poncho. So pretty neat, just sitting there like that. And yeah, I'm gonna keep on going through here and just going real slow and trying to pick the targets out from the iron. Well, right up against this tree, I was getting a 14 signal. It was just nice, solid, and repeatable, so went for it, and I guess about 5 inches down, I finally pulled it out, and it looks to be a fired pistol ball. So pretty cool. And while I was digging this, I just heard from Chris on the walkie-talkie that he might have something pretty good in the hole. So I've got to hike up through the woods and meet up with him to film it. Well, I finally found him. He said something about this one making up for the last one.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming, I'm thinking you got a button. I'll be darned. Check that out.
There's actually eaglage on there.
Wow.
Yeah, probably the same as, I think it's the same size and everything.
Wow. Be very careful with it.
Because they
Get you guys a good look at this one.
right up against a tree.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Man, very nice. Well, the 900's doing all right.
Yeah.
That's like the first time using it, really, huh? I mean, you used it a little bit, but not like a day.
I don't think so.
Yeah, he's been using his 800 mostly. But yeah, that's pretty darn cool, man. Whew.
I worked quite a bit for that one.
We've definitely been working hard for everything today. But it's slowly coming in. And sometimes this place just goes bonkers. And then another day it's like, nope. It's
Never coming back.
No soup for you.
Yeah.
Now, please don't go anywhere just yet. Stay right where you are, because I have some great glimpses back into some old Christmas pasts in our country. And I really know you're going to love seeing these. And also stick around to the very end of this episode, because I have a link there that'll take you to yet another great Finding America Christmas episode. And remember, it's history that makes a find a treasure. And I can't wait to see you back here next week on Finding America. Merry Christmas, everyone.